All right, y'all. Wizard Peak tutorial. Let's fucking go. We are blasting through these tutorials, guys. We're going to have the best resources for all the new players that want to try all the hardest strats right away. And if you don't do the hardest strats right away, then what are you doing, man? You're just putting off the inevitable. Anyways, check out this fucking little... I'm going to go back just a little bit right here. Check this out. This strat right here, there's a lot... I make these videos because there's a bajillion mini strats in this fucking game. You know what I mean? And one of those mini strats is right here. Look at this slow-mo. Boom. Just jump right over that edge. Nobody does that little charging jump right there. Everyone's too scared. Everyone's too scared to do this little fucking... This is a drop in a bucket of a million raindrops of shit that got me world record. I'm not even kidding you. Same thing here. Charging jump that. Easy stuff. Keep the line straight. Jump into all wind tunnels like this, all right? You want to preserve upward momentum as you jump into these, so that way he doesn't kind of idle in the air for a moment before getting pulled up. And that could be done in some of the Dreamweaver's homeworlds where there's like lips on the edge where those are at, so it can get kind of tough later in the game. Now, right here, talking to the newer players now, you could actually do a strat where if you don't like to do the turnaround supercharge thing later in the level, what you could do at this point is actually the super old strat where you jump all the way. If you jump across this fucking area over here and jump all the way down that way, do that blind jump, you'll actually land on the... I'm pretty sure that's the developer intended way of getting down to that ledge down there where a lot of people are like, where the fuck, how do you get those gems? You're supposed to do a blind jump off of this. Well, it's at least that's what it seems like. Otherwise, you have to do a supercharged turnaround wall bump, which if you're a little pussy, then that's pretty tough. But yeah, grab those two gems, turn around, keep that charging jump moving, get that cursor senpai off the screen. Okay, and a quick note about the fodders here. Sometimes coming into this area, you will have blue sparks. Due to random things that happen in high caves. So make sure that you grab not any of these fodders back here, but grab the one that's right at the beginning of the level, because even though you're going to have to grab some gems sparksless, it's better to grab the first gems in the level sparksless than it is to grab these ones sparksless, because sparks takes time to grab the fodder. Don't be afraid to charging jump that. You'll notice that I actually readjusted my angle. You don't have to do this. See how I do it like a little let go of the charge for... See how I let go of the charge for just a moment there? And then recharge it. That was just to make sure I had a good line going into this. This charge jump isn't as bad as it looks, but it is a little nerve-wracking, truth be told, especially coming blind like that. Now, this flame charge right here, another good example of recharging right here. We're going to look at this in slow-mo. Look at that. Look how many times I charged and recharged right there. I go in, let go, let go. I'm like pressing X and square like a bajillion times right there, okay? Keep watching. Flame charge these guys. These big fat fucks are some of the best enemies to practice flame charging on. They have a nice wide hitbox, but it's lenient enough. It's like wide, but it's not far forward. So you can get relatively close / far to them. They have a nice leniency to how close you can get, but they also train you to get used to flame charging bigger enemies. So if you're trying to, if you're used to flame charging the smaller boxes at first, try to upgrade to these guys. These are like the next step up in terms of flame charging. Yeah, you get nice and close to them, and man, they are definitely one of the most satisfying enemies. Look at that fucking strat right there. Are you kidding me, dude? I'm a fucking G. So this is like just a little happy accident that happens here sometimes. Watch this in slow-mo. Flame charge, and then the fucking residual flame hits that motherfucker right there. And that's just fucking sick as fuck, because now look, I could just short hop out of the air. Look at the swag flame right there, too. The swag flame disassociation, just to say fuck it. Oh my god. Just watch that whole thing one more time. These are like some of the... Now, I didn't intend for this shit to happen. I didn't intend for this strat to go the way it did. But, you know, when it all comes together like that, it's like, man, that's just a beautiful, happy accident right there. Look at that. Bam, bam, bam. It's like, wow, dude, that was fucking fast, man. Let's go. So when you're practicing your flame... Look at this shit. Look at this. Boom! All right, let's go back and talk about that. Look at this shit right here. Look at this motherfucking shit. This level is just so satisfying. When things go smoothly like this, it's just a really satisfying level. So let's watch this in slow-mo. Coming around, flame charge this guy right off the bat. Some people will leave him and go straight for the first wizard on the right there. You can actually go straight up to that first wizard on the right and go for a really quick wizard proxy. Alternatively, if you want to be super ballsy, you can flame charge this guy and really quickly go for that right wizard that I'm flaming right now and go for a wizard proxy on him. It's definitely less lenient. It's definitely tougher. And if you're going for consistency, which I definitely am, you can save it for this second guy. Of course, when you save it for this second guy, you're definitely losing like a second or two, which in terms of this strat, you're maybe saving somewhere from 3 to 5 seconds compared to the next best strat in a best case scenario. And I would call this a not best case scenario where, like, you know, you could have hit the other wizard first, right? But let's just go back and watch that all one more time. I find that this setup is the most consistent. And again, the fucking cycle that these wizards are going to be on is going to vary based on how quickly you moved through the level up to this point. So just be aware of how the cycles are kind of like going to be slower or more ahead or more behind based on how much you're bonking or if you get hit or anything like that, right? Boom. Flame this bitch. And really, see how I walk around with this motherfucker? You really got to give him a moment. Again, that's another reason why it loses a little bit of time to do it on the second guy is look at how I'm just fucking jump, walk around, walk it out. And you can even let him go up even a little bit more, but I did it relatively quick on this guy, and boom. As he's about to throw his arms down, that's when you want to charge glide into him. And really, it's like a short hop charge glide. What I see other people do is they'll do like a full hop and then let it like fall down out of the air and then charge glide. That preserves a little bit of speed, as I've learned with rat proxy. That's actually one of the better ways to do it if you're trying to really preserve your speed going into it. But essentially, we're just charge gliding into the bottom of his hitbox right there. Really, right where his chest is right there is where we're aiming, right? That's where the top of his like little hitbox is. His actual like hat area, there's no hitbox there. So these wizards in general have really fucked up hitboxes. I would say the hitbox for these guys looks something like a rectangle in this area. This is kind of what their hitboxes look like, but depending on how they're moving, the hitbox shifts, right? So you really just want to aim for the middle. When you're just charging through them, you just want to aim for the middle of them, but I'm getting off on a tangent here. Let's keep that moving. You can definitely double flame charge the box and the big fucking wizard there. Now look at that. So this is a funny little thing that happens a lot in this game. Fucking go back. This is a funny thing that happens a lot. So with these fucking wizards right here, or I'm sorry, not with the wizards, but with these boxes, it's a line of 3 boxes, right? And when I charge through these first 2, okay, no problem. And then look at that. I get pushed off to the side. So I'm on the perfect line right here. What could go wrong, right? Easy, 3 boxes. I just did a super hard trick. Like, how could I fuck this up? Slow-mo, boom, that push off to the side, and that's just enough to do it, right? So when you're coming down out of the air on these, on any like box that should just break instantly, see how I'm like coming down like almost at the ground? This effect is even accentuated more of being pushed back. This effect can be more accentuated by coming out of the air out of a charge with full downward momentum. You can actually bonk into breakable boxes by fully charging out of the air and hitting them right on their corner between the ground and between the box and the floor. So if you hit that little corner right there, boom, you can even bonk on these. But I came down with a little bit of downward momentum, and that was enough for the box to push me off to the side. And so that's one of those things, that's like you know how I was having the happy accidents earlier? This is like an unhappy accident right here. This is just something that happens when you play. This is like something that you really can't account for all the time. I guess one way you could try to account for it is by not doing a charging jump here. But in my opinion, that's even more dangerous because you could still get pushbacks without charging jumps. So I will usually opt to, if there's like a line of boxes or something, I like to do the charging jump because then you have a slightly better chance of being able to preserve your momentum through these boxes without getting a pushback. But as you can see, while I'm landing on the floor there, I got the pushback. It's all about the interaction between the box's hitbox and the corner of the floor there, and how you hit that determines the pushback or bonk if it's that extreme. Now, with these guys right here, let's talk about the possible routes you could do here. Now, what I see a lot of players do is they will go to the right and get those boxes first, come back around, kill these 2, and then do all that. You have to death abuse later on, and then when you come back through the final area, you just go for this guy. But the problem is this guy right here, and that would be the fastest route, right? That'd be going outside to inside, whereas with the strat that I do, I go and get these 2 guys first, then get these boxes and turn it around, which from a routing perspective definitely loses a second or 2 at the most, but it gives me a chance to hit this guy twice, which is very crucial. See, on this first supercharge right here, boom, I hit that guy, but look what happens here. I miss his gem. See how I missed his gem right there? That's something that can happen pretty much no matter what angle you're hitting that guy from. That particular wizard is just a son of a bitch, and you can miss his gem. So I do this particular route, so that way I get 2 chances to hit him. And usually when you have those 2 chances, you're going to get him one of the 2 times. So that's why I do this route. The other kind of tricky thing about this route is making sure that you're turning left into this wall, kind of like aiming like this way through the wall, so that way you can have a wider turn so that you don't bonk on this part. See, I almost bonked on it there. Go through these. And now this jump right here, okay? This jump right here is just a piece of shit. In fact, a lot of the supercharge jumps in this level in particular have a tendency to just take away your supercharge. And the reason for that is because the angle of launch on the slope here, this is just about the right angle for you to get something called a skitter jump, right? Where you get like the glitchy jump up the slope, right? But if you get one of those while supercharging, it cancels your supercharge. So you have to be really careful to jump late on this ramp. And even then, you'll still get fucked over sometimes. But you can see, look when I press X there. And that input viewer is a little early. But yeah, you can see I pretty much got my X press out like right kind of at the last second of this slope right here. If you were to press X like back here, for example, like usually that can work, but you're putting yourself at a greater likelihood of getting a skitter jump. So try to delay that X press. It'll generally, also try to aim straight up and down this ramp, you know, because when you kill these two guys back here, or when you kill any of these wizards back here, the tendency, and that's why I go for the ones on the left first, by the way, is it allows you to kind of have a straighter angle of approach. And even then, see how you'll kind of probably like adjust for one of those guys? Make sure that you readjust so you're going straight up and down the ramp so you can really reduce the likelihood of the skitter jump. Really late X press. Now let's keep watching in full speed here. Go for the Wally strat here. Now, see those blue gems? Where do those blue gems come from? Those are actually the blue gems from the other side of the wall. By supercharging against the wall there, like at a 45-degree angle, you actually grab the gems through the wall, which allows you to do a thief skip in this next spot right here. Now, interestingly, Laura actually posted a really cool strat in my Discord. And, you know, I'm always shouting out Laura in these videos because she is truly a pioneer when it comes to routes. She actually mixed together the, let me scoot back a little. She actually mixed together the Wally strat with the old strat. The old strat where you would go through these two boxes, not grab the twos and then turn it around and finish. But Laura found that you can get these two boxes, right? Don't go for these, but get these, right? Get these two boxes, and then you could get at least two of the blues. There's three blues back here, one here, here, and here. You could get these two boxes with the supercharge, and then at least grab those two blues right there. Only one box is left to complete instead of the whole three that I do here. And then you can just grab the one blue and still get the thief skip. So I'm going to start experimenting with that strat a little bit. That seems like the most optimal way to go. But no matter which strat you do, even if you want to just keep it easy, you can just go through these two, stop right at the wall, and then turn it back around and kill the thief. Just make sure that if you miss any of these two blues back here, that you're not too hasty or that you don't try to do the thief skip on this one. You have to hit the thief and then jump over him, especially if you miss that blue right there. So yeah, this island definitely has a couple of different routes to it, and they're all totally valid, you know, as long as you are used to it. See, look at that beautiful thief skip right there. You jump, flame charge off. It's just a beautiful thief skip. I mean, you love to see it, because with these thieves, if you were to just flame him right off the bat and not jump, then you would get stopped. The game would stop you and force you to watch a little cutscene with the egg, right? So you'd have to mash X through that. So there's a lot of cool ways to skip thieves in this game, and this is a particularly neat one because you get that jump flame charge off the edge, and you need to death abuse anyway. Now ignore that glide right there. That was just me being stupid, but you need a death abuse off the edge there like that. And now take a look at this. I do a charging jump onto the top part of this supercharge ramp. That actually unlocks extra speed for the supercharge. A lot of newer players don't know about that. If you land on the top part of a supercharge ramp, I'm going to make a video about supercharge soon, but if you land on the top part of a supercharge ramp coming out of a coming out of a charge from the air, that's what unlocks extra speed for a supercharge ramp, and that coming up is going to be what allows us to get extra speed on this next ramp right here. Now take a look at this. Land up here, okay. Land up here, now look what happens. Boom, orange smoke. Now, you're not ordinarily in casual play, you wouldn't be able to get orange smoke from a single supercharge ramp like that, right? But what I'm doing is just like I said earlier, I fucking get up here. What I'm doing is I get up here, grab these two gems. Be careful with those two gems. They're hard to collect if you try to go too fast. You jump off, and this little wall jump right here sets you up spacing-wise perfectly to land on the first slope of the supercharge ramp, coming down out of the air with full downward momentum. And then when you land on that part of the ramp, and again, you'd think that you should land on like the steeper part of the ramp, right? You'd think that would like be better for your momentum, but no, you should land on the more shallow kind of 45-degree first slope of the ramp. So that way you give Spyro more length with the given momentum that you have. Okay. That ramp right there, this ramp is just a son of a bitch. This ramp really just has ruined so many runs. Take a look at the top part of this ramp right here. Now, I'll scoot it forward just a little bit. The top part of this ramp is actually, you can't really see from this angle because I'm looking straight on at it, but kind of from here to here, like kind of this little lip right here, you can kind of see the polygon of it. It's like, it's all this little spot right here. This part of the ramp is actually at a mellower incline than the rest of the ramp. See how he's pointing like definitely straight up and almost like straight up enough to get the fucking jump. If you delay the X-Press here, normally we would say delay the X-Press with supercharged stuff. But here, do an early X-Press, because if you jump too late off of this part, you're going to kill some of your height. And even if you do have enough speed, you can not make it sometimes if you jump off the end part here. So sometimes what I'll do is you'll even go off this side part right here for extra safety. But in this case, I just jumped just a little early. The skitter jump problem that I was mentioning earlier with the other ramp isn't so much of a problem with this ramp. So you can jump earlier and it's fine. Get those jump charges here. Okay. Now it may be scary to go for jump charges here. Nice bonk, by the way. It may be scary to go for jump charges here, but it's definitely the most optimal thing to do. If you're not doing jump charges, you know, you're going to have to do a quick turn, you know, and then another quick turn, and you're just going to be losing at least 2 or 3 seconds if you're not going for those jump charges. In fact, I went for him a little too hard there. But remember, you can, even though this is like a kind of a scary ledge to be, you know, jump charging and charging around, as long as you're rubbing up against this wall right here, you're going to be fine, right? As long as you're pushing up against it, you know, everything's going to be all good, and you can do another jump charge right here. There's a really great spot to illustrate how useful jump charging is, and this is just a technique that a lot of newer players aren't really hip to, or they don't feel inclined to do. What a newer player would do here is they'd charge through this, stop, get a turnaround animation, or try to go for a quick turn and fail it, and then, you know, fucking same thing here, right? And it just ends up going really slow, right? And ignore the bonk, obviously. Like that was a bullshit bonk, by the way, I'll say. And that's how it goes. It's the way the cookie shits. Again, another jump charge right here. There's a few different kind of strats you could do with this spot, but with this metal box, I just like to grab the 2 reds and then charge it and jump. And again, with the jump, the short hop fade back right here, it gives you the chance to see whether you miss the green's home in or not. So it gives you a chance to kind of like take a count before you charge off the fucking edge and throw your run if you miss the green. Remember, if you charge a box and let go of charge too quickly, the game will not recognize the gem homing in. Now here, okay, here is an interesting spot. What I like to do is try to go for the flame charge on these 2 boxes right here, the one that just exploded and this one. Flame charge those 2, and then the flame will also hit that one. Jump, fade back, short hop. In fact, let's just watch that real quick. And see how like one of those flame charges I missed, because I'm doing the jump fade back, it's giving me plenty of time to see what's going on and to recover any gems that I need to. I'll see Saboom go for a triple flame charge here, which is just fucking insane. But to me, this is a bit safer of an approach. Obviously at the cost of like maybe a half second to a second. Nice flame charge right there. That's a fun box right there. That last box is a really great example of why flame charging can really unlock kind of more optimal lines in your movement. Now, if you just watch this in slow-mo, I am really aiming for the outer. Look how I'm already turning right there. Aiming for the outer right edge. I barely hit that fucking box, dude. That is like the fucking strat right there. And jump charge around. You technically don't have to jump charge around, but I don't like getting pushed around by the wall here, so look at that, just beautiful lines right there. If you were to just charge through that, you're probably losing like a second just in optimal lines, right? So that box is a really great example of just try to flame charge everywhere, especially if you're newer to this game. Flame charge every little box you can, because you're going to unlock little movement optimizations that, again, are just like raindrops in a bucket of time save. Okay. These, yeah, you can see these flame charges are definitely a little difficult with these 2 guys right here. Let's take a look at this again one more time. Flame charge. With these particular fat guys, the fat guys earlier in the level are a bit more lenient than these ones. I don't really know why. I think it's probably because part of it is because they kind of bounce back when you hit them in the earlier part of the level, whereas here the guys they don't bounce back, they just stay in their spot, so their hitbox is a little bit more in the way of the gem, so you do have to get a little bit closer, kind of side swipe them a little. You'll notice I'm kind of going off to the right here, and that helps extend Sparks' grab range outward diagonally. If you're just thinking in cardinal directions of Spyro, Sparks actually has the widest collection range diagonally forward in either direction. So that's why going off in a direction whenever you flame charge can help extend the range of the home in. Go around. Same thing here. He's not moving around. Now with this guy, really make sure, and this is what I fucked up here, make sure that you really, and I tried to delay the flame here, but you could see I should have tried to get a little closer with that full hop before initiating the flame charge. That's why I missed it here. And notice how he like bounced off to the side like that? That's what I'm talking about. Those first two guys didn't do that, but this one did. So this one technically has a more lenient flame charge, but because of its approach, you're going to be coming out of the air. And you got to kind of like fade forward a little bit before initiating the flame charge. So he can be kind of tough for that reason. But anyways, either way, you miss something. Hey, you just jump back. There's a second. What are you going to do? Get that thief right there. What we used to do actually for years, what we used to believe was that jumping into the water to skip his animation was faster. But as it turns out, it's pretty much equal, if anything, like a little slower. So with this particular thief, the optimal strategy is to not do any type of skip on him. But if you wanted to be ballsy, or if you wanted to, or if you're slow and he's like further along this little ledge right here, then I would say try jumping, what's it called? Charge jump, flame charge, and you could even bonk off of him into the water, jump back, fade back. But generally, you're going to want to avoid the animation skip on this one. Where the fuck am I? I just skipped forward like a fucking mile. Okay, we are back. Take a look at this. So we got the thief, kill these two guys. Pretty straightforward. Now this spot right here, tricky triple right there. Now you'll notice I actually missed the flame charge on that guy. Take a look at this. You'll see I actually missed the flame charge on that guy, but if you do get the flame charge, the thing is that missing the flame charge is fine because you'll be in a position where you jump. You want to be not right next to the edge when you jump, because if you are right next to the edge, chances are your flame isn't going to have enough time to widen out in order to hit the 3 boxes. Or if you are really close to them, you can come kind of to the right. Say you flame charge him, right? And then you move off to the right and kind of try to flame from like this angle, from right to left, like that. But in most cases, you're going to want to flame charge him. Jump just straight up. Don't try to keep moving forward. In fact, if anything, fade back your jump if you do nail the flame charge on this guy. Jump, fade back, and let out the flame then. You don't even have to charge onto the ledge. Jump, fade back, get the flame, and then once you hit all 3 things, then jump, right? It's better when you're trying to go for a double or triple spring box like this. See, it's better to kind of give yourself some time to jump there, you know. You don't want to try to be as like speedy Gonzalez as you would be with like just a single box, right? But you can see my angle of approach there. I actually went from left to right here, but generally when you're doing this, you're going to want to try to come right to left. It'll give you a straighter kind of flame across the two. And in worst case scenario, if you come right to left, you might miss the green, for example, but it's really not a huge deal, especially in any percent. It's not a huge deal, but this is 120 we're talking about here. We're talking about the Chad category, the big dick 120 category. Collecting these flame charges. Again, missing the flame charge on that big guy right there. These big guys, you really have to get close to. This is just a great level to practice flame charging. You know, the difference between a good wizard peak and a bad wizard peak definitely comes down to flame charging a lot of the time. And with this last guy right here, you can see I flamed just a little too early. Didn't really get my flame out in time. That was a very close flame charge, but it didn't quite hit the money on it. But, you know, not a huge deal. You're getting the recovery jump right there. But I missed the recovery, so I had to readjust. See, look how much readjustment was happening there in just that 1 fucking second. I mean, look at that. So I'm going. I missed the flame charge. I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to jump, fade back, grab that shit right where the cursor is. Then I notice that I miss it. And so now I'm just waiting and grabbing the gem, right? And so all that shit happened in like under a second, right? So that's the sort of level of like presence that you want to have as a player, the level of focus that you need in order to recover properly in this game. And that little roll at the very end right there. Lucas needs to be touched on somewhere like on these 2 polygons. If you hit him back here, anywhere back here, which is the natural place you would want to hit them after that wizard, you're going to be wasting like a second or 2 at least. So you're going to want to hit him right up here. Charge it back around and then roll forward. You could also go around the other side of him. As you can see from the direction that I'm flame charging him from, you could also walk around and roll into him. Either way works just fine. Totally preference at that point. But yeah, the roll, that little L1 press for the roll, super helpful for grabbing dragons around the other side, because if you were to just run around and short hop into them, then it would kind of cut you off at whatever spot you touch them, whereas the roll preserves momentum into whatever spot that you touch the dragon in. You get to keep rolling. You get a little better of a vantage point if you roll, basically. Better momentum. But yeah, that's pretty much it for Wizard Peak. Thank you so much for watching, guys. This has been another fucking fabulous tutorial from the fucking world record holder, at least for now. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Stay beautiful, stay sexy, drink your fucking coffee, fuck bitches, and smoke weed every day. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Cheers.